That's the problem, Prof. Because this, again, if you missed the beginning, we're talking to Professor Jeremy. He was my head of department at when I was doing my master's in one of the leading universities here in the UK. Now, Prof, that is the problem, because we started from a point of talking about your passion towards thinking. Now, because you are a thinker, you've developed that skill, you now know when to ask the question, why? How did we get here? Now, a lot of people have found themselves being boxed by society, curriculum, and put in that category, but because they've not developed that skill to think, they can't ask the right question. And we tend not to see this in our everyday life, and it's the same thing. Now, how do we tackle this? Just to throw more light on this also, if you think about it from an academic perspective, we have students now who are going to be graduating, and they've been boxed with curriculum. They've been told you need to finish and get a job and be employed. But why do you need to be employed? Why can't you go into business? Why can't you own your own company and start your own enterprise?
Yeah, so I think if you sort of go back in history, you'll see people popping up every so often in history to remind people exactly about what you're saying. So, I mean, we can look at the great religious, that they end up, Christianity has been born out of somebody who popped up and started asking those questions, what you'd call inconvenient questions and you can see the friction that arises straight away. Gandhi popped up.
Even in Christianity, we have multiple different versions. We have the Catholic, the Roman, the Anglicans, the Pentecostals. Let's keep going.
Of course, they keep going because, and essentially, I remember saying this once: a prophet is somebody who comes to remind us of the blindingly obvious that we've forgotten. We've just forgotten. It's completely obvious what they say. Nobody ought to be surprised, but somehow we forgot. It's Emperor's New Clothes, if you know this story, and I think the thing is that it's the ability to ask simple questions about simple things that's the thing. Not get distracted. By the noise. And there's a guy, I can't remember who it was, but he was a many times billionaire. Gave all his money away in the end. I think his child died, and he reassessed his life and he realised all the things he thought were important. None of it was important. And part of the problem is and I do get involved. I mean, I can't claim I am, I'm not immune to any of this stuff.
Oh yeah, but sometimes we get lost in the whole thing and then we come out of it.
Yes, the measurement of our success by the money, that's problematic to me, because we clutter our lives with stuff that we think is going to somehow make us happy. But in the end, it's
let
really.
me put it this way: we waste a lot of our lifetime chasing things that are not relevant to the fulfillment of life. Material things. You want to drive the most flashy car. Well, someone.
Well, I saw your car, so yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, matey.
That's luck. Someone once said that the things we regret most in life, it's never the things we did, it's the things we did not do.
That's right.
It's not even the things we did not buy, but the things the time not spent with family, the holidays not gone to, the experience not had. And we lose all of this because we're busy chasing things money could buy.
Yeah.
We're not living in a society they've boxed us against to say money is king, is the ultimate. You need to have a lot of it to be happy.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I remember saying, this is when I was a lecturer, was definitely nobody gets to the end of the day and say, you know what, I didn't do enough marking today. I didn't do enough marking. I did too much actually talking to people, and I didn't do enough marking. And it's strange. It's like people will say, I don't want it written. People never say, I need to do more work. They're always saying, I need to spend more time with my family.
Absolutely.
Everybody says that, and you think to yourself, at some point you've got to wake up and smell the coffee. We're saying that because we organise that for ourselves. Do you know what I mean? We're the ones who did that to ourselves. Why? And inside the university, many times I've said, why don't we try and do less marking? What is it that we're actually trying to measure? Can we measure in a person anything worth measuring? If somebody says to me, is knowledge honest? I can't
It
tell you.
depends on the situation.
I can't tell you. I said, no, because how do I assess that? How do I say? Because first of all, and there's a Latin phrase, something like quid custodiis, who watches the watchers? Who says the people who are making the assessments so I would have sat in many situations with a bunch of academics assessing presentations. These people can't present for toffee. They can't present, and they're going to mark somebody else. They're going to measure their group work. They can't behave in a team. They're academics. Academics aren't, on the whole. The education system promotes the idea of individual success. I don't sit and do a group A level. They will measure me on what I did on my own. In life, everything depended on me being able to collaborate with people and work in a team. So it's like you've got these two things. It's clear the education system is not designed to make the people we need. It's clear all the assessment is not designed to make the people we need. It's as obvious as the noses on our faces, and you say to people, can you see the mismatch? And their eyes roll, and it's like, what is it that I have to keep explaining to you here? This does not make sense.